I absolutely loved her essay was super special. It's one of those things I was like, we're gonna save this forever because it was just a great story, so well written. But I would also say that the personalized care that we got from your team was just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it felt like every time that we're in a conversation with you, we feel like we're the only ones in your world at that given moment, which is nice. It's nice to feel valued and special, like, you are taking your time to spend with us. And so that was just really, really wonderful.
I mean, it was so easy to communicate with everyone. I mean, I felt like, every step of the way, there was always someone, helping us, get through each step, advising us. I'd say communication was really
It
amazing.
was, and I think that your team was really good at figuring out like what communication worked best for us. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, her generation loves texting. I mean, I can do either that or, email. I spend a lot of time on the computer, so email was typically better for me. And it's like, you evaluated that and then used those methods that worked best for each individual person. So I thought the communication was very good.
It was nice to have someone help us through each step so it didn't really feel like I was doing too much. It was never, the process was never really overwhelming or unmanageable. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. I think that when you first think about all the steps that are required to apply to college, it is overwhelming. I mean, that was part of why I started looking into resourcing for, because I was like, I don't have the time or energy to spend helping her, and she'd never been through the process before, so she didn't really know what it entailed. So having somebody to kind of break things down into these digestible chunks, as Belicia said, really made things very easy. It never felt overwhelming, like we didn't know, like we were being hand led through the process.
Yeah,
And so it was never overwhelming. It was really streamlined and easy.
pretty great.
Mhm.
I definitely recommend you guys. I mean, I don't know how I would have made it through the whole process without a little bit of help. I mean, especially like if you don't know what you're doing, I could have missed so many opportunities. Like I didn't know about USF. I didn't know that they offer what they offered. I didn't know how to write a proper essay or anything like that. I think it's just a really helpful resource.
Yeah, and what's funny is that, of course, these she's been talking with her friends. They're all applying to colleges at the same time and kind of sharing their feelings about that process. And everybody was just like grieving, like, oh God, this is
So
so
awful.
terrible. And then she was like,
I'm
oh,
like,
well,
I had a good time
yeah, I'm working with this
personally.
consultant and it's easy. It's been great.
Yeah, and I also compared to a lot of people that didn't have any kind of consultant or help, they're still doing stuff at the time. Like it took them a long time. It was almost really difficult watching them.
Yes.
I feel like comparatively, I got everything thing done so fast. Like, I mean, yeah,
Well,
it
and
didn't
you
take
see,
long.
there were a lot of opportunities that we didn't know were available.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have known.
Exactly, without the help of Anjali and her team. So I think that's been a big thing because I've actually talked to other parents whose students, were really bright, did very well in high school, but they only applied to maybe two colleges, just because it was such an overwhelming process. They're like, this is all I can bite off right now. Um, but had they worked with a consultant, with Anjali's consultant, then they might have not seen it as being such a hurdle to overcome, and they could have broadened their horizons a little bit by applying to more schools. For a lot of families, maybe cost might be an issue. They may look at the cost of hiring a consultant and say, oh, I just don't think that's something we can do right now. I was in the same boat, but I definitely feel like it was worth every penny because all of the steps that we took to get to where we are now, I just don't think that not that we couldn't have done them, but we wouldn't have known what those steps
No.
were going through the process because nobody tells you those things. You have to find that information on your own. which is time consuming, and time is money. So having somebody to walk you through that is just, you can't really put a dollar on it, a dollar amount. It's priceless.
Yeah.